Hi guys, it's Tara here with Create Life Paper Words, and I am sharing with you what I'm calling the title pages for my travel album to France. And as well, I'll also be sharing day 1 with you. The plan is that I will have up to day 10 in process videos for this travel album. So if you have not already seen the travel album setup, you can always watch that video. I explain a little bit how I made 6x12 cards right here. So what I'm doing for each of these title pages is they are being backed by a photo that is 6x12, except I wasn't actually able to print 6x12 through Costco, so I printed an 8x12 and I'm trimming down. I really wanted to print at Persnickety Prints, actually, is what I had originally done. I uploaded everything, and then once I got everything in, and then with the shipping, it was going to be way more money than I thought it would be. So I then thought, I'll just get them done at London Drugs, because that's generally where I get my pictures done. Except they don't do 6x12, and they're 12x12. So I thought, I can just put them in the Project Life app and then do a 12x12. And I'll take that 12x12 and cut it down. A 12x12 at London Drugs is like $15. It was ridiculous. So I looked around and I ended up going with Costco, and their 8x12 was like $1.69 or something like that. Maybe it was a little bit less, $1.49. I was really happy with that. I thought, for how little it is, I can totally cut down, and actually gave me a bit more wiggle room I'm putting them on, just because not everything always lines up when you have the same sizes. So this gave me a little bit more room to work with, and I could do a little bit more trimming if I put it on crookedly. So that part worked out really well. The only issue with these prints from Costco is that they are super extra glossy, and because of that, I can't stamp on them at all. And you guys know how much I love to stamp on my photos. So that, unfortunately, was the only drawback to using Costco. But price-wise, I think I spent $29 for all my photos, which I was really happy about. So I guess you win some and you lose some. And that's okay. That's something that I'm definitely, I guess that was the trade-off, and I was willing to make that trade-off. So I guess I didn't really look to see if they had a matte option. Maybe I should have done that. Anyways, doesn't matter. These are printed now, and I'm not reprinting anything. So, and here is where I was not thinking. I did not buy enough page protectors. So I really should have grabbed a couple packs of 6x12 page protectors, and I didn't. I didn't get any 6x12 ones. So what I'm using is I'm just using 12x12, and I'm using my fuse to fuse them. But I was really struggling with my fuse for the first couple. I got into a good rhythm after about the fourth one, but the first couple, I really struggled with my fuse in them. But that's okay. I also did not buy extra 9x12 page protectors, because I thought, there will be enough in my album. There's not, and I'm almost out of 12x12 page protectors, so I have to go do that. I need to go buy some more page protectors. Anyways, just one of those things that I was not really thinking through, I guess. Anyways, not a big deal. Super happy with how these title pages turned out for each of my days. I'm someone who is very chronological when I scrapbook, and that's exactly how I work on everything, is chronologically. I can't start in the middle and go backwards or forwards. It just doesn't, my head does not work well that way. So this went that's exactly how it has to be. I'm very chronological. My journaling ends up being quite chronological as well. I really want to move beyond like just the facts and like this is what we did into more of a storytelling perspective, but I have a hard time doing that because that's not really how my brain thinks. So it's something that I definitely really thought about and really was very conscious of when I did the journaling for this trip. So I really hope that I look back on this project in a few years, and I'm really happy with how the journaling aspect of it went, and that I actually brought some stories into the mix. So, but I'm super happy how these turned out. So I'm going to get them in my album, and as you can see, I have it so that the photos are all the first thing you see. I end up changing it so that it's actually the journaling that you're going to see when you open the book up. So it's journaling, and then on the back side is the photo. I think I like that better. I'm not 100% positive if I do or not, but I can always take it out and change it, I guess, if I decide I don't like it. So because I'm using different page protectors than the Studio Calico ones, of course I had to punch them all. I just use my Crop-A-Dile that I've had for years and years and years, and it goes usually pretty fast. So I ended up only having to punch 2 holes, which worked out really good. I do like the 4 hole binders, or even the 6 hole binders, mainly because when I have little tiny things that I want to put in there, they hold them better than if there's just 2 or 3 of the ring parts. So I do like the 4 or 6 ring binders. So this is day 1. Day 1 and day 10 are both travel days. I don't have a ton of photos from day 1 or day 10. I actually think I have like maybe 2 photos from day 10. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I think for day 10, I haven't got there yet, but for day 10, I'm going to do a lot of journaling. What I thought was really fun and what I wanted to point out is that like in this, what I wanted to bring attention to, I should say, is that I saw 2 sunrises and a sunset all in the course of the day. For me, that was really neat because I don't usually get up early enough to see a sunset unless it's in the winter and I have to be up early. So that was wonderful for me, that I got to see actually 2 sunrises and a sunset. So I am just documenting. We had a layover in Montreal, and I took that time to just have like a really nice, relaxing, quiet moment without a lot of people around. Planes, I actually really enjoy flying. I used to be awful at flying, and flying was really hard for me. But these past few years, it's gotten way better, and I really enjoy the flight. But I have a hard time with all those people. So when I'm at an airport and if I have a layover, I like to find a really quiet spot where I can just sit down and have a cup of tea or something. And so that's what we did. My husband is a better traveler than me, and he's not. He has to be like on the plane as soon as they start boarding, and I prefer to be like the last person on the plane. I don't know why that is, but I don't ever feel the need to like if I'm traveling by myself, I don't get on when they're like, okay, now boarding zone 3. No, I wait till like all the zones are boarded and then I get on. I don't really know why. That's just how I do things. So there were a few flights where I was like, yeah, you go ahead. I'm going to get on when I feel like getting on. Just because that's how I like to do it. So there's nothing wrong with that. My husband understood, just like I understood he had to be on, when they first called the zone. So day 1, like I said, was a travel day. I am going back and I am adding some alpha stickers on here. If I had been able to, with these photos, I would have stamped on them, but with them being really glossy, I was not able to. So I did do a lot of thickers or alphas onto those. So that is my title page and also day 1 of my travel album in the 9x12 pocket page style to France. If you have not already watched the setup, I would recommend doing so, and there will also be some more process videos for you coming up pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. I am more than happy to answer them. And as always, you can find me on Instagram at Create Life Paper Words or here on YouTube at Create Life Paper Words. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. Talk to you soon. Bye.